Hello, welcome back to another video. It is the 2nd of April today, so it is the start of a new month. The sun is shining somewhere. It is a beautiful day, a very nice day, and it is very warm. I am in shorts and a t-shirt. So in this video, in this comprehensible input vlog, I am going to show you around my house and I'm going to teach you some very important and useful vocabulary. Normally in my videos, whenever some interesting vocabulary appears, I make something pop up here and it has the word or the phrase and the definition. But today, there's going to be a lot of vocabulary. So I'm just going to put the vocabulary itself and you will be able to see the words that I am describing. But as always, they will be in the description and they will have a number next to them so you can find them and remember them easily. The first thing that I should probably mention is that this is not actually my house. This is my dad's house. And this car here, this nice shiny white car, is also not my car. It is my dad's car. So my car is this one here, this grey one. Let me show you. It is very long, as you can see. It's not that tall either. It's just very long. So we call this type of car an estate car. So both of the cars right now are parked on the driveway, which is all of this, which comes all the way round to here. So right now they are on the driveway. Right now I am stood in the porch and I'm going to come down the steps. These are steps and not stairs because stairs are inside of the building. Steps are outside. So we're going to come up the steps to the porch, and here we have the front door. You can see my reflection. I'm waving at myself in my reflection. Here we have a post box with no post inside, and this is the doorbell. So when we open the front door and we come into the house, we arrive at the hallway. When you first come in, if you look to the right, there is a nice big mirror so that you can check your hair and make sure that you look good before you leave the house. And the first thing you'll notice is all of the shoes. So this is a shoe rack, but there are too many shoes, so some of them are on the floor around the shoe rack. There are also 2 umbrellas here as well. But as you can see, there are lots of shoes. These are boots. These I would just call shoes really, apart from these and these, which are running shoes. And then down here we have some Crocs, and buried underneath, I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but there are some flip-flops. I'm going to get them. Where are they? There they are. We have some flip-flops. And then behind me, we have some coat hooks where we hang our coats. The first room that you come into is my bedroom. So let's come in. The first thing you see down here is the radiator, which keeps you nice and warm in the winter. So right now my curtains are open. So if I want to close them, we can say that I am closing the curtains, but also we use the word draw. I'm drawing the curtains. And when we open them, we can say we are drawing back the curtains. So to open, to close, or to draw and to draw back. Open and close is a little bit easier to remember. In my room, I have a small little desk and a very messy corner, which we are going to ignore. And here are my drawers. So this is a chest of drawers, but normally we just say drawers. And again, there's a lot of mess, so we are going to ignore all of this. And then there I have a bedside table with a lamp. I have my surfboard and some surfing stuff down there. And then this is my bed, which is also not that tidy, but I've got my eye mask here, a hot water bottle, and a teddy, my girlfriend's teddy, a little lion. And this is my girlfriend's bonnet. It is made of silk. It is a silk bonnet to protect her hair while she is sleeping. And this is a fleece that she has left on the bed. I'm going to turn it the right way round for her. So fleeces, which are made of this material, this fleece material, these are quite popular in the UK. And my girlfriend and I both went to Cardiff University, and we were part of the swimming and water polo club. These fleeces were very popular at Cardiff University, and as you can see, the collar is very, very big, so it keeps your neck nice and warm. So that brings me on to the next room, which is the spare room, also called the back room, but spare is another word for extra. So it is not my dad's bedroom, it's not my bedroom, it's not a bathroom, it's just a room, and it's a very messy room. Spare bedrooms are often very messy because nobody comes in here very often. And it's normally where you put stuff, just stuff. So as you can see, my dad has a toolbox over here. He has 2 toolboxes over 4 toolboxes over here. We have some clothes hanging up on some rails, some more shoes, and I have my big bag that I took traveling with me. So this room is just full of stuff. This hatch in the ceiling, this hatch above me, goes to the loft. So I'm going to take you up into the loft. Okay, I'm going to put you guys into one of the toolboxes, and I'm going to open the hatch. Oh, and kick something on the floor. So when I open this hatch, here we go, there is a ladder which folds down, and there is a plank of wood to protect the carpet. So I'm going to put this on the floor and rest the ladder on the plank of wood. So the ladder goes up into the loft, which, as you can see, is very dark. So I'm going to turn on this light. Oh, and we are going to go up into the loft. Oh, okay, so this is the loft. There's not anything exciting up here really, just a lot of boxes. And in the loft there is a lot of my old stuff, my old things. Like over there is all of my university stuff. I think old clothes from when I was a kid, and some old memorabilia, some things, some items from my childhood, which will be cool to look at in a few years' time. Yeah, so this will be very cool to look at in, I don't know, 20, 30 years' time. Maybe if I have children, I can show them stuff from my childhood, which would be pretty cool. So there's nothing interesting really up in the loft. There is a lot of insulation. this fluffy stuff is insulation, and it insulates the house. Same with this stuff up here, this silver stuff. It insulates the building. So it is called insulation. And there are a lot of floorboards as well, so that we can move and walk around without falling through the ceiling. So the next room we come into is the bathroom, which we won't spend very long in. It's just the usual stuff in here. So a mirror, toilet, shower. We have a lot of products here. Both me and my girlfriend have a lot of stuff. And then we have the sink, some weighing scales. I'm going swimming later, so that is why I have my goggles. Can I put my goggles on? Here we go. There we go. I look really cool. And this is a towel for drying your hands. It's quite a small one. It's not a normal towel. It is a hand towel. The next room is my dad's bedroom, so I'm not going to take you in there. And then we come around the corner and we go down the hallway and we open the sliding door. So this is the main room of the house. And if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook or here on YouTube, where else do I post? TikTok. If you follow me on TikTok as well, you will recognize this room because I film a lot of my videos in here, because the lighting is often very good because of the large windows, the skylights, and just because it's a big room. So this type of room, this big open room with no walls dividing the sections, we call this open plan. It is an open plan room. So there are different sections in the room. So we have the living room section or the lounge, and then we have a dining room area, another chill out area, and the kitchen all the way down there. So the main room is open plan, and I think it makes the room and the building, the house, seem a lot bigger than it actually is. So this room looks very big, but the building itself is not actually that big. One thing that you might have noticed is that there is only one floor. There is only one level, the ground floor. We have no upstairs or downstairs. It is only the ground floor. This type of house has a certain name, and that is a bungalow. A bungalow. Bungalows are quite common in rural areas. You don't really see them in big, massive cities like London, but in small villages in the countryside, bungalows are very common. So there are no stairs in the house. We have steps at the front of the house which go up to the porch, but inside the house, inside the building, there are no stairs. So right now I am sat on the sofa and you guys are sat on the puff or the footrest, but we also call them puffs. Here is the book that my girlfriend has been reading. She finished it today, actually. That is why the bookmark is not anywhere in the book, because she finished it. And here we have another sofa-like thing, another thing that is like a sofa, here and here. And they are not sofas, they are armchairs. So because they are only big enough for one person, and next to them they have armrests on either side so that you can rest your arms. So we have a big sofa which is big enough for multiple people with the puff, and then we have 2 armchairs. You also may have noticed this strange looking green thing, which is plugged into the wall over here. Now this is an extension lead, and it has my phone charger plugged into it. Next we have the dining table, which is in the dining room section of this open plan room, which doesn't have any walls, so we're going to call it the dining room section. Another thing you might have noticed is that there is a chair missing from this end of the table. There should be a chair on either end of the table, but the other one is in my bedroom at the desk. Here we have 2 more armchairs and a footrest. Now this is not a puff because it is not a big box like this. Normally with a puff you can open them as well. Not all of the time, but sometimes. Whereas this is just a little stool. So it is just a footrest for resting your feet. So in front of this little chill out area, there is a nice big window and a very nicely decorated windowsill where my dad has put some books, some plants, and a couple of coasters. Now let's move into the kitchen area. So let's start with this big thing. As you can see, it is not connected to a wall. You can walk around this thing. So what do we call it? In English, we call it an island. Just like when you look at a map, you will have an island that is not connected to any other piece of land. So it is a metaphorical island, I guess, but that is what we call them. Okay, so what is this? Well, this is a fridge. The full name is refrigerator, but everybody calls it a fridge. And this is the freezer. But it is one thing. It is one appliance. So do we call it a fridge or a freezer? Well, actually, it's called a fridge freezer. I know, whoever created that name is an absolute genius. In the kitchen, we have some more drawers where we have pots and pans and that sort of thing. Ooh. And then we have some cupboards where we have lots of food. And then we have the microwave, an air fryer, a toaster. These are the hobs. So they are electric hobs. So I need to hold my finger on the button to turn them on and to turn them off. And then we have a blender, a kettle, which is very important. In the UK, we drink a lot of tea, so we need the kettle. And then, well, 2 coffee machines. I never use this one. I don't think my dad uses it either. We use this. This is a milk frother. So you pour your milk into the milk frother and you place it here and you click the on button and this spins around very, very quickly and it froths the milk. So if you like to have a cappuccino or a latte or something like that, then that is what you can use at home. Okay, let's go outside because the garden is a little bit more interesting than the kitchen, I think. But I need to put some shoes on, which are in here, which says boots, but there aren't any boots in there. These are my dad's Crocs. So I'm going to take out the Crocs and I'm going to put them on. Oh, going to slide my feet, not very gracefully. I'm going to slide my feet into the Crocs, and then we can untie the door. I'm going to leave the rope hanging on the handle and close the door. And then this is the patio, a very dirty patio. It doesn't look that dirty in real life, I promise. The camera is making it look filthy. It's a lot cleaner than that, I promise. So here we have some outdoor furniture and a nice new area that my dad has been building over the last couple of days. So in this section, there are going to be some plants. So we have the stones and we can walk around on the path to this. This arrived today. So it is a birdhouse. Actually, it's not a birdhouse because it's not a complete house. It is just a bird feeder. It looks like a little bird shelter, doesn't it? But it is a bird feeder. And as you can see, there is a fat ball, a ball of fat, and some seeds for the birds to eat as well. So I'm going to keep an eye on the bird feeder over the next couple of days, and hopefully we will have some birds come and make the garden look nice and pretty. Okay, so it has taken me so long to film this video that the sky is now overcast. It is completely grey, just one big massive cloud. The sun has gone in, the sun has disappeared, so it doesn't look as nice anymore. So that is it from me today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you have learned some vocabulary. There has been a lot of vocabulary today, and it is all in the description, so make sure you check that out. And as well, in the description is a link to my English club, where we have 5 speaking sessions every single week, where you can come and practice the vocabulary that you learn when you are watching videos, when you are watching films and series or listening to music. We come and we speak about lots and lots of different topics. So it is a good idea to come and practice your English speaking skills. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments and I will get back to you. I will respond and I will see you in the next video.